Some recessions come and go. Markets crash, then recover. People lose, people rebuild. But once in a while, something deeper breaks. A recession so vast, so fundamental, that no one truly survives it. Not governments, not currencies, not even the idea of normal life. This isn't a downturn, it's a reset. In 1929, the world thought it understood the rules of wealth. The Roaring Twenties had convinced an entire generation that prosperity was a one-way street, a machine that could never break down. Until one October morning, it didn't. The machine shattered. The Great Depression didn't just empty wallets, it broke belief. It was a lesson the world would learn again and again. We saw it in the Asian financial crisis of '97, the Russian default in '98, and the housing bubble that burst in 2008, sending shockwaves from Wall Street to Main Street. Each time, the story was the same. Factories went silent. Banks vanished overnight. The familiar rhythm of commerce and community simply stopped. Millions lost everything, not just money, but meaning. The promise of a better future, the reward for a life of hard work, evaporated into thin air. And that's what a true recession does. It's not a downturn, it's a dismantling. It doesn't just destroy numbers on a screen. It erases systems. It rewrites the fundamental contract between people, institutions, and the future itself. The invisible web that holds society together, confidence, trust, stability, snaps. And when that happens, even the strong fall. The old world dies, leaving a vacuum in its place, waiting to be filled by whatever comes next. Recessions aren't always born from money. Sometimes they're born from change. A different kind of disruption, one that begins not in the stock market, but in the code. It starts quietly. An algorithm optimizes a supply chain, and an entire logistics department becomes obsolete. Robotic arms, once a novelty, now pack and ship with tireless precision. This isn't just about the factory floor. It's creeping into the office, the studio, the law firm. When technology outpaces humanity, even creative and analytical roles are redefined overnight. Consider the worker who retrains, learning a new software, a new skill. But by the time they're proficient, the tool itself has evolved, automated by the very systems they were trying to master. Old jobs vanish, and new ones don't come fast enough. For some, it's a creative renaissance. For millions, it's structural unemployment. And here's the truth: many won't adapt. Not because they're weak, but because the new world simply doesn't need what they know. Their experience, their craft, their identity, deemed inefficient. The next great recession might not be economic at all. It might be technological. A silent replacement, happening one software update at a time. Every empire believes it's immortal, built on foundations of stone and steel. But the true bedrock of any modern civilization is trust. Trust in its institutions, its leaders, and most critically, its currency. When that trust erodes, the entire structure crumbles, not over centuries, but in a matter of weeks. It begins quietly, then all at once, as currency turns to dust in the hands of its people. This is the great unraveling. It starts with whispers of inflation, then it spirals into a deafening roar. Prices double overnight. Banks lock their doors, trapping life savings behind cold steel. The digital numbers in your account, once a symbol of security, become a cruel joke. The fundamental promise that money holds value is broken. When trust dies, money becomes paper, and paper becomes worthless. And then, the rules change. The game board of the global economy is violently overturned. It's no longer about income or investment in an abstract market. The new currency is tangible. It's about access. Access to food to quiet a hungry stomach, to clean water, to the energy that provides a flicker of light in the darkness. In the ruins of a broken system, real assets rise from the ashes. Not stocks, not bonds, but the foundational elements of survival. Land that produces, water that sustains, and the skills to make things work. The person who can grow food, fix a generator, or build a shelter possesses true wealth. Their value is immediate and undeniable, far surpassing the person who can only trade digital symbols on a screen that no longer exists. This is the great reset of value. It's a brutal, unforgiving audit of competence, because in the end, survival belongs to the useful. But the most dangerous recession isn't economic. It's spiritual. It's when people stop believing in the future, when ambition dies and apathy replaces it, when entire generations decide the system isn't worth saving. That's when civilizations fall. Quietly. Not with fire, but with fatigue. Because no society collapses until its people give up hope. Some recessions you survive, others you evolve through, and when the next great collapse comes, it won't ask if you're ready. It will ask if you can adapt, because in the end, no one survives every recession, but some are reborn from it.